Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? Hello, Taurus. We have our first quarter Taurus moon coming in, and I want to share a dream with you all because I can't clear my mind of it. It just keeps coming back, and it must be something that is meant to be shared. We're all operating under the same energy. We are all being affected by these energies in the same kinds of ways, regardless of our circumstances, situations, and what specifically it is that we are moving through. So, this dream that I had, the family, me and my kids, we were going back to an old house to finish moving out our stuff. We were moving to a new place. I don't know what the new place was, but we already had like half of our stuff there, and we were coming back to the old house to collect the rest of the items to move them out. And this house was built into a mountain, like literally built into it. So the floors were cutting down at angles, just like the rocks would. It was very much like this short video, YouTube short video that I watched about sailors, and that was the song that was playing, is the old sea shanty. And it was just a short of a bunch of different clips of people moving around on boats. And like there's a guy, like he's trying to hold his bowl of soup, and he's got to go like this and like this to try to keep it steady as the ship is like rocking. And there's people that are just like sliding down the floor because the whole ship angle is like this. It's doing of this. And it was hilarious to like run through this place, like trying to collect items, and the pure like navigation of this, how rocky and unstable and unsteady everything in this old house was. So read with me a little bit into this, but the energy here is that what we're moving on to, or what we're moving on from, was a very unstable ground. And I think that's why we had to talk about this sailing house dream of whatever have you in this Taurus moon, is because the unstable and unsteady ground isn't sufficient for this bull. You're just trying to imagine like a bull on a ship that's going through like crazy waves, like what a bull would experience. It would be very clumsy, it would be very awkward. That thing would probably be falling all over the place, like the little, because their legs, they don't bend, like they don't have sea legs, they don't get sea legs. People have that because we can like orient and move our hips a little bit more freely to find that steady balance. Our hips and our knees are more designed to absorb the shock than a Taurus bull would, right? So, what we are moving on to is certainly being guided by this Taurus energy into a more stable, steady, flat, and even ground. The bull likes to run on the plains, the flattest of the lands. So, moving out from this crazy angled, environment is a very positive message. It's a very good thing to be moving through this process, though it may feel as if we are working against gravity, trying to sort out and organize whatever is going on. inside of this old house of ideas, this old house of, okay, house of representatives, but the house of representatives within your own self, the representatives that are reflected in your own mind and perception. That was cool. That was fun. Thanks for listening, kids. It was a wild dream. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we could share that. What comes out that won't go back in? What comes out that won't go back in? The devil. The devil comes out and it won't go back in. Now the angles of this house that are still fresh in my mind are like a demon trap. All of the like corners are like corners where like a devil would get trapped into the corners of this house. So it was perhaps a house, a structure that we have built that pull the thoughts together, B. It was a house, it was a structure that we had built for a means of survival. We had to put all these sharp corners, angles, and uneven floors in this space to confuse the devil, to lose them in this house. Now I'm getting the Winchester house. Like, it was funny because I was kind of flashing on Supernatural a little bit there, but now we're, Winchester, ha ha ha. But the Mary Winchester house, she was haunted by all of the ghosts of people who had been killed by their guns. So she built this house with all of these different like doors going to nowhere and stairs, and she just kept adding and building onto it so that the spirits would get lost trying to navigate in this space. And that is what this old house represents, is trying to trap and confuse the devil so that we can carry on our lives without being disrupted and disordered. Disordered. Okay, yeah, your assortments and how you sort things, how you sort your emotions, how you sort your daily plans and rituals and routines. You structure them around avoiding this devil energy, this interference energy. But we're moving on from that. We're picking things up and out to take them to the plains or to the tundra. Now I got tundra in my head. Maybe it's just because it's cold. It's real cold here. We tundra in it out here. Right about now. It's gonna be a cold week, kids. And by the time this airs, this actual weekend, it'll be potentially, as they have claimed, doth claimed, the coldest it's been in 100 years. We're gonna hit a real cold snap. So, fun times there. No, there's something in that too. Something in like the ice and going cold. Is that the final, like, that's the final step. That's the final demon trap. After you've built this house of confusion, to move on from it, what we're going to go through is that ice out phase. The phase of life where you just ice out this energy, and like we're going to run through the coldest part, like the coldest we can get. You're going to go cold. You're going to go real cold for a moment. If only to freeze up that devil energy, that, okay, spirit of longing within you that you've been trying to outrun. How interesting. Where are we going with this, kids? We're pulling so much together. Just because we're running. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's a perfectly even pace. Anyways, we're moving through the frozen, icy tundras and onto the plains and the heat and steam ahead. And the steam ahead, full steam ahead, when we break free from this. Sorry, trailing off into the wonder and the mystery of this very interesting tarot read. Do we need another deck? I can't even pull cards. It's just pure visualization. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to get better at communicating my visualizations and imagery that I get, but that's so cute. That's so cute. The Elemental of Pentacles. And we got this little leprechaun hanging out there. Might be March. March might be the time that you really start to march. March might be the time that you really get her going and get those gears rolling. Yeah, that would be your full steam ahead moment. That is the fresh and new beginning. That is the spirit and the origin seed of the next generation of house and home characteristics that you're going to be building, implementing, programs, thought processes. New money, a new way to get money coming into your hands. Money, please. I don't know why my hand just did that, so we had to do that. Money, please. Thank you. Yeah, there will be a gift. There's a pot of gold sitting at the end of this journey. So don't get yourself lost in your own house of confusion. Nine of Wands, and is that the... Oh, it's the Magician. Oh, and the Elemental of Swords is up in there as well. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I just got like that experience when you step out. I don't know, does this only happen to me? When you step out into like really aggressive wind and it hits you in the face, like you stop breathing for a second. Like, I know they say when you skydive, you don't actually need to breathe because you're moving so fast that the oxygen absorbs through your skin. So it's kind of a process of like not actually taking breath, but having the oxygen that you need. Let me get that Elemental of Swords, which is like reading fairy and air energy, but it's also giving me heavy like mermaid vibes, even though that isn't the card, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh, like what are those called? The boat planes. You know what I mean? The planes that have the little things on them so they can take off and land in the water. I don't know why the word is escaping me right now. But okay. Put the cards down and just read. And just read. All right. There's help and assistance coming along. There is a family, a community, a connectivity surrounding this pot of gold and this, final destination. This is the place where you're going to not necessarily stop and stay, but it's where you're going to get fixed up. This is the respite. This is the safe space. This is the safe zone where you can quietly begin to get that breath of fresh air back into your lungs, to breathe cleanly and without so much stress, worry, and confusion. Like, we go from this very intricate labyrinth into just wide open space. And you are the one who's in control of all of this, so don't forget yourself and your position on your path, because it's all you, baby. Everything that you make from here on out is all you. You successfully trapped the devil, and caught it in its own lies and confusion. And that's where it's going to stay. That's where it will freeze up and freeze out long enough for you to make that escape, to connect with your own roots and foundation. Again, that's where the new origin seed starts. That's where you get to grow in a wide open space rather than cramped up in this little pot. Why am I hearing the word stirrups? Heavy horse themes as well. It's a ride. I'm going to be taken for a ride. So make sure that you're holding on to, you're going to be taken for a ride. So make sure that you hold on to your stirrups. Make sure you hold on to your ability to navigate, twist, turn, bend, make decisions right now. Make decisions, sorry. The flames burning in this very Fahrenheit 451 scene, like it really does feel like they're just burning books in the Hierophant. It feels like they're outside the library burning books, burning up the knowledge, clearing a path. Yeah, just clearing it all out. All of that stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going to be left behind, I think. That you're just going to decide that it's time to clear out, to burn up. Hopefully you've read all those books and you know what's in them and you can hold them in your mind and in your heart. You've made a connection to them. Does anybody else do that? Does anybody else like connect to books, like experience them without even having to like read them? Like you just touch it and you feel its energy and you're like, this one. I don't know. I only buy books that call to me. One in the hand, one to the ground. What do we have here? The Emperor. The Emperor is at hand, in hand, and the moon. The Emperor is in hand, and the moon is at your feet. And from there, you'll take flight with your sturdiness, your stableness, your structures. Utilize this Taurus moon energy to really ground yourself and solidify who it is that you want to be. There might be a call for sacrifice. So again, these are that devil energy that you got to let go. We've got to cut it out of ourselves, essentially. And that's not to say that you need to like not be evil no more. Like your dark side has a place and a purpose, but there's something toxic growth that needs to be removed that is unhealthy and unserving to your highest goals and visions. That's the disruption, that's the distortion, the thing that's causing more blockages for you and more confusing energy. It might be in the food. We're coming back to food again. Like there might be something again that you maybe need to take out of your diet, or at least take a break from in your diet, or just in consumption in general. Being more lucid and more aware of how you roll through your day to day. Again, having that decisive energy of having the plan and executing it, because you have an entire empire to run. You have all of the kingdoms coming to you for guidance and rulership, and you need to take the role of ruler over all of the aspects of your life. It's a big ask. Your life is a big thing, but you got to take it up into your hands and you've got to make that choice. What are you going to hold up, honor, and reflect through your many facets, and what needs to be removed, plucked out of you, shed there. Words. Words and languages. I'm gonna pull a Queen of the Moon, I think. Queen of the Moon? Queen of the Moon. Change it up a little bit. I don't know. The Halloweenies are kind of calling to me too. Who do we best think? One of each? Just take a cut. One cut out of each. I think that is the route that we're going to take. Being decisive and cutting through. Yeah, okay. One light, one dark. There we go. Listen to your light, listen to your dark. They are both serving you. Cut. Here. For the moon, faith. Faith in the worm moon, card number 31. And for the dark, black cat. Faith, faith, fortune meets opportunity. Faith meets opportunity. Faith and fate and fortune. Give me some yeahs up in here. All right, so this is so much like a getting ready to give birth. We were kind of referring to the womb before, and this is again that sacred dark space, and the whole new world opening up. This is giving birth to your next dream, your next vision, your next goal and mission. And with the black cat following at your side, fortune will meets opportunity. That is the chaotic element that you need to embrace and be more open, inviting, and playful with, because this energy is what is going to open up a door of opportunity. This is how the doors unlock, by giving all of your faith and collecting all of your dreams and putting in that work and those structures, applying those structures in order to complete this very interesting path. I'm trying to figure out how many points are in this connectivity, because it feels like a lot. It's not like a 7-point star. It's not like a 9-point star. It just keeps pointing and intersecting and shifting. But something in that cycle is what is going to unlock it. So keep your faith and your wits about you. Keep your hopes and your dreams sacred, and continue to move towards those things with all of your actions. And with every action that you take, that is what is going to create the dynamic opportunity for you to meet your fortuitous self, meet your future self. These cat eyes are just staring into my soul. Just staring right into my soul. I kind of like that too, how like one of them has their eyes closed and the other one has their eyes wide open. Like your shadow side, your protective side, your defensive side is very alert and will be looking out for dangers and gifts. You're going to be looking for fun and adventure, all the same, and you will catch everything. Whilst also your lighter side is in closed eyes with that peaceful happiness and dreamy state of, this is what I want, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to create with this world. It's a very beautiful message. It's been a very interesting moon. Thank you, kids. I hope you all have a fantastic one. And we'll see you next time.